Well, I'm back at Narooma after, I don't know, what is it, 4, 5, 6 months? I don't know what it is. Colin and I were down here in March, and it was so wet and soggy and miserable that we pulled the plug on it a bit early. We were staying over in those kind of chalet bungalows just the other side of those tents there. Anyway, we bailed early, and we had a couple of nights credit, so I utilized those last night because you had to book a minimum of 2 nights to get a cabin here over the weekend, and so I'm back here in Narooma, and some rain has just passed over, so it's very much familiar weather to me here. So that's me. Heading last night on the road tonight, and I'm get home to Cole tomorrow, which is just fantastic. She's been away, I've been away, so it's going to be wonderful to be back together again. Looking forward to that, and just being back to normal. I won't know what that feels like for a while, because my normal has been slightly different on this trip, and as it happens, I will have been away exactly 3 months, and I estimated that I would have done about 15,500 kilometers. I think when I get home, by the time I get home, I will have done 15,420 or something like that. Okay, well, it's 9:30, so a nice relaxed start to my day, and today I'm riding to Narooma, which is only Nara. From Narooma, I'm just leaving Narooma now, and I'm heading to Nara, of course, and 186 kilometers, that's all I've got today, so a relatively short ride, and then catch up with the boys and girls later on this afternoon or this evening, and so we'll see what the day brings. It was raining this morning. It was pretty miserable, and it's warm, and when I say warm, I reckon it's like probably 14, 15 degrees, so for 9:30 in the morning, that's pretty good. So I've got my intermediate gloves on even. My winter gloves I've put away on the back of the bike. They are accessible just in case I do ride into some rain, because they're waterproof. And what else can I say? Yes, I haven't even got my rain pants on, so I'm gonna jinx myself with that, I know that. And look, if I have to end up stopping on the side of the road to put my rain pants on, so be it. Hopefully I don't have to. And it's clear enough here that, and warm enough too, that I really don't want any of that on. Although I've got the long johns on, so still a bit of sissy wear that I'm wearing. But just one layer under my motorcycle jacket, just the long john jumper, and then just what the jacket is, the winter inner, and the waterproof liner. So yeah, that's kind of it. Interesting, isn't that? Oh, it's amazing what gets my attention these days. Anyway, I finished a book called Zigzag, which is a true spy story about this guy, Ed Chapman, during the Second World War. He was a double agent, and just an incredible story. You know, and it's true. It's actually happened, and the guy that writes these books, and I'll forget his name right now, but I'll put it down below, does a lot of research, gets all the records from the archives that have been released all this time later after the Second World War, and does a tremendous amount of research, and it's just a fascinating book. It really is. This guy was just amazing in so many ways. So if you ever get the chance, download Audible or the Audible book, the ebook, or get the book. It's really interesting. And the other one that this same guy wrote was a book, I think it was called A Spy Amongst Friends, and it was the whole Kim Philby saga, and his relationship with what was then, I think, or later described as the Cambridge Five or something like that. This group of spies who all studied together at Cambridge in the early 30s, before the war, and then kind of became, you know, nouveau communists at that stage. Communism was all the rage, and universities bred these people, and Kim Philby was one of them, and never ever lost his love for communism, Russia, although he had never been there at the time. And so yeah, that was an interesting read as well. So really good, really well researched, taking a slightly different view on the whole episode from other books written about Kim Philby, and there's been many books written about him as one of the, let's call it, the most notorious Russian agents in British history, in fact world history probably, and what he didn't, you know, who he didn't sacrifice in his fervor, what he didn't do, and how he managed to cover all this up, come under suspicion, regain the confidence of MI6, get this whole act together again. It was just amazing. It's well worth a listen as well. Both books are excellently narrated, and by different people, and I forget who the narrators are, but very well narrated. And if you can get the Audible books on those, do yourself a favor and take a listen. They're fascinating stories.
Recording.
Okay, well, I've been on the road for, I don't know, 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, I'm guessing, heading north from Nara, on the homeward leg. So just fantastic. So yeah, I've got probably about 120 kilometers to go, I'm guessing, and that'll be me done. So I'm not quite sure which way I'm going to tackle this at this stage, because, you know, I'm on the motorway, and you know, look, it's not that busy, so I don't think I'm that much of an obstacle right now. And I'm just going to turn off here to get some fuel, because I think at the bottom of the valley here there's a filling station. Anyway, so so quite an exciting day for me to be finishing the ride, and And yeah, looking forward obviously to seeing Col again, and just paying attention to where I am here, because I thought to the right here is a don't know, no, not down there. Somewhere down here is a filling station. I just want to top up, and that'll be the last top up for me on the ride. So I think I've got to just turn right here. Anyway, so just fantastic. And last night, Al and the chief, there's the filling station, I'm right. Al and the chief and Robbo and Karen, Jerry and Mara and Lyndon, we all met up at this restaurant called Postie in Narooma, a really nice restaurant, I've got to say. And we had a great evening, just a tremendous reunion dinner, and yeah, and now I'm on my way, but I'm going to fill up, so till later. Well, I'm back in the big smoke. I'm just near Sydney Airport, well, on West Botany Road or whatever it is. And yeah, it's a beautiful day. I'm almost home. The end of this epic ride, I got to say that. What a ride. And after the motor rebuild, this little bike is held together from Perth to Sydney, so even that's an accomplishment in itself. Yeah, yeah, a little bike like this going all the way from Perth to Sydney is just awesome, but going all the way around is unbelievable. So yeah, I'm going to be home tonight, sleeping in my own bed. Just incredible. And of course, you know, be back home with my girl. That's just wonderful too. So yeah, what an experience. What an absolute amazing experience this has been. And I need to just spend some time gathering my thoughts, you know, as to around this whole experience and ride and everything. When you're immersed in it, you're kind of focusing on the job at hand, and you know, and where you're at a given point in time, all that kind of stuff. But there's more to it than that. There's this, you know, sort of a deeply personal part of it that that, you know, I want to just focus on. Okay, I better not run a light at this stage. And this bike, I tell you what, it doesn't do anything really well. It just, it got me around, but it doesn't stop well. Oh God, back a few kilometers back, a light changed on me and I jumped with everything on these brakes. And I just brought it to a stop, in time. So, yeah, so that's the gist of this. I might just record getting onto Bondi Road a little later on. But this is the end of my ride coming up. So, wow. Yeah, wow.
Recording.
Well, I'm back in home territory now. Bondi Junction up on my right, shopping centre. And yeah, I think I've got just a couple of traffic lights to go, and that's me done. So I'll just keep the camera running. Of course, everyone drives like an absolute idiot in these parts, and maybe sometimes they don't really know where they're going or why they're going. But you know, yeah. So there we go. There's another case in point. and they just go. They don't realize how difficult it is for this thing to stop. So that's it. So I've got this traffic light up on the turn left at the top of the hill there, and that's Bondi Road, and then I'm basically home. Woo! Wow, wow, wow. Who would have thought 3 months ago, almost to the day, well, it's the 24th today, and I left on the 25th of April, so it's exactly 3 months that I've been on the road, and I'm guessing at around 15,000 or 300 kilometers. I'll calculate that, and I'll let everybody know about that, because it's a long way. And so, yeah, okay, the lights change, so we can move on. I can even I can even smell perfume in the air from, I don't know, people in their cars that are all dolled up and perfumed up for whatever they're perfumed up for. So, yeah, that's quite amazing. You can smell perfume in the air. It just goes to show you how some of your senses do change. And I mean, even sitting on this bike is not an issue for me. You know, sitting on this bike for hours and hours and hours, when I used to get knee ache and hip ache and you name it. And now I just now I'm joined at the hip to this little bike. I'm hoping I phone call, and I'm hoping she's downstairs with the remote control, or upstairs with the remote control, because I've forgotten the code to get into the basement, uh, to get the door open to the basement, so the driveway door. But I'm sure she'll be down there. She doesn't know I'm on my way. Oh, it's a busy day. Is it because it's the first sunny day? Um, the first sunny day after a lot of rain down, along the New South Wales and Queensland coast. I mean, the rain has just been amazing in this part of the world for months now. It's and I had to accelerate there. Oh God, this is the worst part of the trip. Bondi Road on a Sunday. Am I going to be able to get down there? I think I can, you know. Oh, and now as I've been speaking of it, my right hip goes into a little cramp. I haven't had this for weeks and weeks and weeks. And what's this hooting about? I don't know what the hooting is all about. Oh, there's my girl. I can see her already. There you go. Hello, my girl. Ugh. Ugh.
Can I lift your leg for you? Last time, lifting your leg off.
Yes, exactly. Yes, the whole way around.